Ahoy! Welcome to Jazz's Puzzle Parrots podcast, episode 2. We're speaking to Cattrin today. She is Puzzle Parrots' official, unofficial fan artist.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to immediately reveal to you that this is take 2 because my dumb self did not click record the first time around. But we are with Cattrin for the second time, for the first time for your listening ears. And you will find out what makes her such an amazing guest. How are you today?
I'm good, just as good as the first time.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we're going to jump into it. So when and why did you start playing Puzzle Parrots?
I started playing in 2005, I think it was, and it was because it was on the front page of a great site called Miniclip. That was just all the rage back then. Me and my brothers would play it every day, and Puzzle Parrots was spending the big cash to be put on the front page. So that's how we started.
That's how I found it. That's how our last guest found it. And I feel like that was probably Daniel James's idea, don't you think? He was super into that.
It was a great idea. I mean,
yeah, he definitely knew how to market. That was something he was very good at. Daniel James is Cleaver, for those of you who don't know who that is. Cool. All right. Well, what's your favorite thing about Puzzle Parrots?
Well, when I first joined, it was definitely the puzzles, obviously, I really liked carpentry and all of the calming, continuous puzzles that were around. But I think nowadays it's much more community based. I still enjoy the puzzles, but I'm definitely here for the community.
Yeah. And what was your favorite puzzle?
Ooh. In the beginning or now?
I don't know. You tell me.
Ooh. In the beginning, I liked carpentry a lot. I also liked bilging. Bilging is no longer my favorite puzzle, or even a puzzle I enjoy, because I'm just really, really bad at it. I can't get the pump to be anything but gray or whatever the bottom is.
Oh yeah. Did you used to go as fast as you could?
I don't even know what I did,
okay,
but
all right.
Whatever I did then, I'm not doing now.
Exactly. All right.
But
so
I think
carpentry, maybe.
Yeah, I think my favorite puzzle now, probably more the parlor games. I like sword fighting a lot, but I'm better at treasure drop than I am sword fighting.
Okay.
Fun fact, I actually have the #1 treasure drop trophy on Cerulean, and that was before it got super dead.
Right. Yeah. I'm terrible at treasure drop. You might have to explain it to me one day. So what's one thing you'd change about the game?
I mean, I feel like this is going to be controversial, but I want to merge all the oceans, just one ocean, because we played around with, okay, now this is the popular ocean, now this is the popular ocean, and that's never been the ocean that I was active on for the last 16 years. I'm originally from Midnight, which is now Cerulean, and Cerulean's never been the popular one. And I've got all of my all my swag and my cool items and trinkets that I want to show off on there.
Yeah.
And it's just I want them on the ocean that people play on so that they can see my cool stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Do you hear that, Grey Havens? Listen, I want my undead monkey from Ice Ocean, so we should merge all the oceans.
It'll save you server space.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so true. But I mean, can we be real? This game can run on a toaster. It's like a Minecraft server.
Well, that's true. But when they did the first merge, they had a picture and they had a different server for each, physical server for each ocean.
Oh, that's cool.
So Yeah, I had that picture kicking around somewhere, but they posted a picture and it had sticky notes about which was which and how they were throwing them all away.
Oh, that's fun. Oh man. Cool. Well, we're gonna jump into your artistry in just a second, but we're gonna take a quick break and bye.
Shiny.
And we're back with Cattrin. I've got some very specific questions for Cattrin today. Firstly, can you just explain to me like why when I go to get a portrait or something, it says like some random pirates, blah blah, and like when did this happen and why did these people contribute their time, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, so there's certain competitions. There's like 3 different kinds of competitions that are run on the forums, where you can enter, any user can enter, and you can get your art in the actual game, which is really awesome. Like not just your idea and then they make it, but your literal art that you drew yourself. And so that's what you're seeing when you see the portraits, and when you go to the palace shop and you look at the seasonal tab and see the trinkets that say made by so and so. Or if it's around Easter time and the eggs are available and those say made by someone, those are all contest winners. And so yeah, that's what you're seeing there, and they're really awesome contests run by the Ocean Masters that started, oh, I don't even know, like 2008, 2006, a long time ago for the portraits. And the trinkets started, I believe, in 2010, and the eggs probably also around there.
Hmm. And then, so were there any like prizes for getting into each of those things or like winning or anything?
Oh yeah. Yeah, aside from just having, the reward of having your art in a video game, which is most of the reason I was doing it, it's just such a cool thing. You also got, depending on what contest you won, like if you won the trinket contest, you'd get 2 of your trinkets and the Dread Masterpiece trophy. If you won the egg competition, you'd get 2 of your eggs, and then there's an egg trophy.
Gilded
It looks like a
egg.
Fabergé eggs. Yeah, that one, the Fabergé egg. You would get that one. Or if you won the portrait competition, you'd get the Dread Masterpiece. I'm not sure why they didn't just have 3 different ones, but you'd get the Dread Masterpiece trophy. You'd get a clothing item of your color and style of your choice, as long as it didn't require design or reputation.
Mhm.
And you'd also get enough money to buy the portrait and a choice of a fish head red, green bones, or bluebeard egg or doll per portrait that you got in. And the most important and most interesting, in my opinion, prize was that they would ask for your address and mail you a pack of Puzzle Pirates playing cards and a random swag item for every competition and every portrait that you got it.
Mm.
Which was, aside from having the portrait in the game, that was the best one.
Yeah, I can agree. I'm holding a deck of cards that you sent me, and these things are amazing.
Yeah, the cards are really awesome. Like, I don't think they're for sale on their website, but
No,
there's pictures. There's pictures of the art that they used on them on the Wikipedia, but it's got, all of the kings and queens are different ocean masters,
Mm-hmm.
and the jokers are like monkeys or skeletons or something. Oh no, the aces they're monkeys and other familiars, and then the jokers are skeleton pirates.
Correct.
And they're all, it's all just really awesome. And the backs of the cards are my favorite because they got like, it's like the scroll work on the login page times 1,000. Like it's so detailed and awesome.
Yeah.
And they have a red version and a blue version, like your standard deck of playing cards.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you'd get a random one of those every time that you won a background in the competition. And the red ones actually seemed more common. Like they send you those more because truth be told, I think I have about 40 playing card decks left. Started with 45. And I think about 2/3 are red and 1/3 is blue. So that's the sort of rarity distribution from my rather large sample size.
Yeah. I do have to admit to you, I've had at least 3 people try to offer me like stuff in game and out of game for those cards. Like they want the cards like really bad. So
yeah, I tried hosting an event. Like I messaged or I emailed the Ocean Master and was like, hey, would it be really terrible if I had an event where I gave out these decks of cards that I have no use for? And they of course wouldn't let me do it because they didn't want me dealing with people's addresses, but I was totally ready to do it.
Oh, I've got people sending me their addresses so that I can send them the playing cards from the poker tournament last month. So it is what it is.
Yep.
Cool. All right. And then so like these people that there's obviously like a few other people that have apparently several decks of playing cards because there's lots of other portrait backgrounds. Are these like people that are close to you or just like names in a forum that you don't care about because you're trying to win or?
I mean, in the beginning, I didn't know anyone, so I saw them more as competition. But as time went on, I definitely felt more like a community, because these people didn't just participate in the portrait backgrounds or the trinket competitions, but then they'd come back in December and they would do sort of the more fun side of the events. The December daily doodles. It still goes on even now. They're not daily; they're more like bi-weekly, but they still happen every December, and everybody comes back and does all these cool little creative things. And it's just it's a tiny little like nice supportive artistic community that I definitely enjoy a lot now.
So you're also on a kind of exclusive list for shiny sun points as well, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, people who are listening, you can go and type in shiny sun points on the forums. So tell me a little bit about this list and why and how you have 146 points and why you haven't bought anything with those points and etc.
Yeah, so the shiny sun points are basically like something that Apollo implemented back in like 2012. So pretty in the middle of Puzzle Pirates history. And basically what they're for is when there's a competition that doesn't get your art in game, like the December Daily Doodles or random contests that Ocean Masters hold on the events forum, or even sometimes very large player-made events. They will award these shiny sun points, which are sort of like tickets at an arcade where you can, turn in 100 tickets and get a plastic glowing spider ring. But
a sticky monkey hand.
yeah. but stuff that people actually want, not just those little things. For example, like if you get 25 points, you have a selection of any of the ancient furniture items like the Anubis statue and those sorts of things. And if you get 50 points, you can pick from a range of Ocean Master eggs, 80 points is a tan familiar, 120 points is a colored familiar, and 120 points is also a range of Ocean Master dolls. So the prizes definitely are not something to scoff at. Like, they're very nice, and I don't know anything about the economy, but I definitely know that these things are worth something.
Yeah, these are all things that will continue to go up and up and up because there's literally no other way to get your hands on them except for the familiars. But the way the game is right now, it's impossible for new recolorable familiars to kind of enter the market right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've actually had people message me asking me, could you please, if I pay you very, very well, could you please buy me this specific thing off this list because I want it and no one's selling it and you can get it for free. Like,
Oh yeah.
you don't even have to, you're not spending anything with any value. Like, I mean, obviously it has value, but it's not like game money.
Right.
And so I've had people come up and say, you have a lot of points. You have 146 points. You can get anything on this list, multiple of most things on this list. Can I pay you for them?
Right.
And I haven't done it yet because I feel like I wanted to save up for something, and now I don't know if I want to or not. Because, like, on Cerulean, I was collecting Ocean Master dolls, because I could get a Bluebeard and a Fish Head Red and a Green Bones from the portrait contest, and then I was seeing how I could get the other ones. And so I had my eye on maybe saving for one of the dolls I don't have yet. But now that Cerulean is not very active anymore, it's like, well, do I buy it on Emerald and just claim that I have 12 other dolls on the other ocean, or what? Is it worth it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, as soon as you get those dolls over to Emerald, I'm gonna be like, can I put them in the inn, please? Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Well, this was very enlightening for the second time. I feel like we pushed a little deeper into the art community. Are you still making art? You still doing that?
Yeah. So my avatar shop on the forums is technically still open. I haven't gotten orders in a while. Like, I think your orders have been the only ones I've had in the past year. They're technically still open. I've tried advertising on, I make like 100K tourneys or something and toss a couple trinkets with links in them, and haven't gotten any biters yet. So maybe drawing 700 avatars has just given everybody one at this point. But technically still open if anybody wants one. But outside of Puzzle Parts, I have been doing art for other places. Like, there's a sort of Neopets knockoff pet adoption website that allows people to pay you in real money, which was attractive. So I'm doing that. And then I've also there's a website called For Fans by Fans that's sort of a community sourced merch website for games and shows and things like that. So I have a few pieces on there for the game Deep Rock Galactic. If anybody is a fan of that, you should buy my merch because I get a commission for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah. We might have to talk about because I want merch, but I can't do anything Puzzle Pirates related, obviously. But if I could sell merch, and then you could get the cut, because let's be honest, a $25 T-shirt from Redbubble, I would make like 50 cents of profit, right? But yeah, I would love to be able to get into that realm. But there's just like, I can't think of anything that would look cool on a T-shirt that's Puzzle Pirates related that's not Puzzle Pirates.
Right. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah. Okay. So you're still doing it. Do you feel like you making art for this game was like the reason that you make art today?
Yeah, I definitely think it had a huge impact because, when I first started this, I was in high school and I put all of my free time in it, like 4 or 5 hours a day. even on school nights doing this stuff. And it was just the repetition of it and the variety of things that people would ask me to draw and all of that really got me to push, what I was comfortable with and to improve. And then when I started doing the trinket designing, that was like the first step because those were relatively, new person friendly. There were 36 pixels and all of that. But then you got to the egg competition, which is dealing with 3D wraps, which I'm still not very good at. But then there's the portrait background competition, which is like the highest, most difficult art competition, in my opinion, that you could enter on the site, because you not only have to draw something that looks like a realistic scene that somebody's standing in, but it has to be realistic to the game specifically, that art style. And it has to like fit the theme that you're drawing for. So it might be Valentine's or Halloween or something. And so it's just, it gave a very like linear step process to feeling more confident and getting rewards for doing well. And it was a very encouraging and a really good process for young artists in general, trying to feel accomplished and have motivation to continue the process.
Definitely. You can't say that making fan art is like, for most other games you wouldn't even be acknowledged, let alone like, okay, you're a part of the game now.
Right. Yeah.
All right, well, that covers it. I think our viewers are more knowledgeable about the art subject of the game now and kind of the history of it as well. You ready to play a game?
Sure.
We've already played a game, so I can't give you that same.
Oh no, you're not going to give me the same questions.
Do you want me to give you the same questions?
No, I guess not.
All right, these are totally new and you haven't heard them yet. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, going outside.
You didn't give a context as to how I'm supposed to answer that.
Is it overrated or underrated?
I don't know. I've definitely not heard this one before. Definitely, yeah, underrated. The outside, especially now in the northern hemisphere, where it's springtime. It snowed today, but I'm ignoring that. It's a great time to be outside, and especially when we've been stuck inside for so long. It's just, yeah, very important to get outside.
Definitely. How about Kraken wigs?
Underrated. They might look overrated. Like they definitely look a lot. They have a lot going on. But they are very cool. Whoever designed them, like A+ to them, because they're so detailed and awesome and really fun to draw. And I don't see very many people wearing them. So, if you got a portrait with a Kraken wig, like, please request an avatar. I want to draw it more.
Definitely. How do you feel about cheesecake?
Cheesecake is good. I really appreciate a good cheesecake. But the real question is cheesecake a pie? And in my opinion, I think it is a pie. It's got a crust, it's got the filling, and cheesecake definitely underrated.
Cheesecake is definitely officially named cheese pie from now on. It sounds so weird, but it's true. It's cheese pie.
Yep.
All right. And lastly, the Queen of England.
I mean, I think most people would think she's overrated, but I personally think she's underrated. Like, I don't know anything about her rule. I don't know anything about how she is as a governing body, but just her personal life, how long she's lived, is an achievement in itself. And so I feel like that's not recognized as much, and deserves more recognition. Just living that long in general, like anybody who lives to be that long deserves recognition.
Sick. You said underrated to all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I really think that pretty much everything deserves more support.
Whoa!
I am an optimistic person, and everything, not everything, but most things that are, neutral to good deserve more support.
Living large, loving life. Thank you so much, Cattrin. And Cattrin had to deal with me for 75 minutes. So wherever you are in the world, if you could just put your two hands together for that. And we're signing out. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You just completed episode 2 of Jazz's Puzzle Pirates podcast. Thank you so much for the support. Since you're on the back end of this, here's a secret for you. This coming Saturday, which is April... No, it's not. It's May 1st. Tune in for an extra special stream, especially if you like to see someone change their appearance in a shocking way. That's all the hints I'm going to give. For all of the links that you need, head to linktree/jazzthepirate. That is linktr.ee/jazzthepirate. See you around.